Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. Now I find this very funny because I seem to have fallen into the rabbit hole of looking for accessories for my Kindle Paperwhite. I blame YouTube and the Kindle Facebook groups for this. I swear when I got my first Kindle in 2012, all of these accessories did not exist, nor did I even think of making my Kindle pretty and refreshing the look every couple of weeks or so. I just got the real leather flip case directly from Amazon, and I bought a padded pouch, and that was it for over a decade. I have a video about that specific Kindle, which I will link down below so that you can see what I'm talking about. But here I am now, unboxing yet another set of accessories to add to what I already have. The previous unboxing will also be linked down below. I got this beaded strap to attach to the zipper pull of my pouch so that I can use it both as a zipper pull and a handle or a strap. I'm not really comfortable gripping large objects. I always need a smaller handle that preferably hooks or loops over my hand or my wrist because my right hand, which is my dominant hand, is already broken after an accident. I will link my vlog about it down below. I also got a simple glossy black popsocket, which a lot of Kindle users also use in different designs, to stick onto the back of my Kindle case. Now this Kindle case I really like. It is book themed and I like the little girl here. Now when it comes to the actual placement of the pop socket, that took me a hot minute because it depends on which is most comfortable for me, and I certainly did not want to cover up any part of the girl, which is my favorite part of this artwork. So I decided to just put this here in this area. It will look like she's being followed by a black blobby. And just in case I need to shift to my left hand, it will still be okay. I like that the glossy black of the beaded zipper pull matches the glossy black of the pop socket. That's really the idea why I chose these two. Okay, now the next thing I got is something that I have seen in our local Facebook group for ebook reader users. And even though I really like my case with the little girl, this other case looked very functional and might actually be good for me to use. And that is this clear case that has a built-in stand. The stand slides down quite easily and does lock into place. I don't really like switching cases often. I prefer to pick a case and then stick with it for the next decade or so, just like what I did with my previous Kindle, but here we are. This case is very easy to put on the Kindle, and this small border around the foldable stand is made of a soft, very pliable material that looks like silicone to me. So you just pull the stand down like so, and then it locks into place in that one single position. There are no different angles, it's just this one. And the stand is actually structured very simply. It just has these two nubbins at each side that goes through the silicone border, and the silicone border acts as the railing for these nubbins to travel along. To place the stand back into position into the case, just press down very lightly on that small panel above and then slide the stand back up. Lock into place, slide back up. It's very easy. And it looks like the border does not interfere with my skin either. A video about my experience in getting the skin on my Kindle is included in that previous video about accessories. Now here I am at the dining table in our house, which is the only environment in which I can see myself using this specific case. The bottom of the case has the cutouts for the charging port, the button, and the indicator light, and the button is easy to tap from here. Without the flap cover to wake up the Kindle, I will need access to this button for sure. And the bottom has bumps on it so that when the Kindle is on the table using the stand, those holes do not get into contact with the table itself. Now at the back of the case, there are also these other bumps on all four corners because the panel for the sliding stand is raised. Those corner bumps are there so that in case you want to place the Kindle on top of the table like this, The Kindle will still be perfectly level and will not wobble. The front part is also raised all around, which creates a lip around the Kindle so that when you place your Kindle face down on the table, the screen is actually not in contact with the table. See, there's that raised lip all around, not very pronounced, but from this angle you can see it. You can also use the stand as sort of like a holder for your hand or your fingers if you don't want to place the Kindle on the table upright. All in all, this is a really good, functional, and well-made case. Now, because my two cases for the Kindle are already pretty functional, I now have a problem with the pouch. Because I feel that it's not functional enough now. It's very basic and it does what it's supposed to do. The zipper is okay, the material is soft and cushy and protective, and the workmanship is decent, but I need external pockets for when I am bringing my Kindle around the house. And when the Kindle is inside my bag, I prefer that all the stuff related to it are kept together. And I don't really know how to sew, but I know how to crochet. So I bought me some yarn and a crochet hook sized for this particular yarn, and the seller very kindly included these stitch markers, which would be very useful. Now I chose these colors because the cream does match. There are cream elements in this cover, and I need something light colored for the crocheted project so that I can see it more easily inside my bag, which has a black inner lining. It is not easy to see stuff in there. But I also did choose dark green because a lot of the books on here are green. I did not want the crochet project to be brown all over. And the entire crocheting was slow going because I have not crocheted in about 3 decades. But my grandmother, my father's mother, taught me how to crochet when I was maybe in 3rd grade or 2nd grade. I know all of the basic stitches. This is just the half double stitch, a very short, very low stitch, but very dense. And I made 2 rows per color. However, in my opinion, the half double stitch looks better when the rows are short to further showcase that strong V shape at the border of each color. But I didn't really like the 3rd color yarn that I got, which is a variegated yarn made of brown and cream. It will look too busy if combined with the cream and the green, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to use that variegated yarn by itself. By the way, this is how I hold the crochet hook, still exactly how my grandmother taught me all those many years ago. I have to admit, it was not easy doing a crochet project because of my broken hand, but using hands to craft things is good therapy for hands that are previously injured. I just have to remember that this does not have to be perfect and I don't have to be fast. So like I said, this is the half double stitch. So that's yarn over, hook under that entire chain underneath, yarn under, bring it up, yarn over, and then bring that through all of the 3 loops. Now this yarn snags, so I need to pull in the yarn through each loop one by one, but normally just a single pull through all 3 loops altogether would work. So the plan is to create one long panel and then like one long vertical panel and then fold it in the middle crosswise and stitch the sides to create a basic sleeve. At this point, I realized that instead of one long panel with stitched sides, I should have just made a round so that I won't have to stitch the sides at all, but I did not think it through. Nevertheless, I just continued, and here is the finished piece. Not perfect, because I could not finish the sides as neatly as I wanted to, and these loose ends are still hanging out, but I'm afraid to cut them short or the side stitches might unravel. So I just leave them hanging on the inside of the sleeve, because when the pouch is already inside the sleeve, that looks okay. And because of this crocheted sleeve, the pouch finally has internal pockets. The idea is to also place this standing case in this pocket, and the other pocket will have my pencil and my phone, which I'm using to film this video, so I cannot demonstrate, but I know that it fits. The Kindle in the case with the girl in the library will still go into the zippered pouch all on its own to keep it protected. And then the last piece is this zipper pull / handle or hand strap. But we are not done. I bought one last thing. At least I hope it's the last thing. I bought these small holder thingamajigs that is flat, adhesive, and has an elastic. Because after using the pop socket for a while, I realized that it is not comfortable for me. Because like I said, my right hand is broken, and it just so happened to be my dominant hand. So holding the Kindle this way is really uncomfortable. Now, I have used pop sockets before on my phones many years ago with much enjoyment for a long time, but that was before I broke my hand. No matter how I configure my fingers to go into the pop socket, I just cannot make it comfortable. And I gave it time, I gave it a chance, but I really don't feel comfortable. So I planned to replace the pop socket with this. At least I won't have to spread my fingers at all. So my hand will be in a more natural position. Hopefully this will be much more comfortable. I was able to pop the pop socket out, and as for the adhesive that was left, I just very carefully rubbed it off with my fingers. Thankfully, it left no damage or mark whatsoever. And after figuring out the best placement of the thingy, here we go. I think this will be much better for my hands. And if I use my left hand, it will be like this. Still comfortable, I think, but it is certainly more comfortable with my right hand. Now, because this is elastic, I know it will wear out over time. It will stretch. Considering how much I read on my Kindle, I read a lot. That's why I bought 3 of them, because they're very cheap. It's about 13 Philippine pesos each, and it's free shipping. But if you're curious if these things will fit in the case with the stand, it will not, because the stand has raised ridges here in the sides, as you can see, that will prevent the elastic holder from being adhered properly to the case. Without the ridges, it would have been perfectly fine, but because of the ridges here, the diagonal ones, you cannot stick this on. It will not adhere completely. It will pop out. But like I showed you earlier, you can use the stand as a holder for your fingers. It will work for you most likely, but in my experience, it is not very comfortable for me because my hand is not normal anymore. But nevertheless, I'm okay using this case as only a stand. And that is my video for you today. Thanks for watching. What are your favorite accessories for your Kindle? Let me know in the comments and let's talk.